A single Social Security decision permanently sets your monthly income for life. File at 62 and a $2,000 benefit is cut to $1,400. Wait until 70, it climbs to $2,480. Over 20 years, that gap can exceed $200,000. Once you've signed, there is almost no going back. Most Americans discover this rule too late, and understanding why starts with a piece of math almost no one sees before they file. Social Security gives every American a window to choose when monthly benefits begin, anytime from age 62 up to age 70. But the system is built around one critical anchor: the full retirement age, or FRA. For anyone born in 1960 or later, that age is set at 67. The government calculates your benefit using something called the primary insurance amount, or PIA. This figure is based on your average earnings over your working life, adjusted for inflation so that it keeps pace with the National Wage Index. Claiming before FRA means accepting a permanent reduction. The earliest you can start, age 62, locks in a benefit that is about 30% lower than your full amount. Wait until exactly 67 and you receive 100% of your PIA. But the rule doesn't stop there. For every year you delay past FRA, your benefit grows by a guaranteed 8% per year, up until age 70. At that point, the increase caps out at 24% above your original PIA. These percentages aren't just abstract math, they set the baseline for every dollar you'll receive for the rest of your life. A $2,000 monthly benefit at age 67 drops to $1,400 if claimed at 62, or rises to about $2,480 if claimed at 70. These numbers are adjusted each year for inflation, ensuring your check keeps up with the cost of living. The decision is permanent. Once you file, the reduction or increase is locked in, and the difference can add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of retirement. As one Social Security economist puts it, this is the most consequential financial lever most Americans ever pull. Yet it's a lever many never see until it's too late. A single decision, when to file for Social Security, can create a gap that never closes. Claiming at 62 means living with a 30% cut, locked in for life. For someone eligible for $2,000 a month at their full retirement age, the check shrinks to just $1,400 if they start early. There's no catch-up, no do-over. That smaller amount becomes the baseline for every cost of living adjustment and every year that follows. The story is different for those who wait. Each year past full retirement age adds a guaranteed 8% to the monthly benefit, up to 70. By holding out those extra years, the same retiree can raise their check to $2,480, a 24% boost over the original amount. This increase isn't subject to market swings or investment risk. It's locked in by law and rises with inflation every year. For Linda, a former factory worker who lost her job at 62, the choice felt obvious at the time. She needed income, so she filed as soon as she could. 10 years later, her Social Security statement tells a different story. By starting early, Linda's total lifetime income will be more than $200,000 lower than if she had waited until 70. That gap isn't just a theoretical number. It shapes her choices in retirement, where she lives, what she can afford, and how long her savings last. The difference between a $1,400 and a $2,480 monthly check adds up year after year, and for millions of Americans, it's a reality discovered only when it's too late to change course. A side-by-side look at lifetime. Social Security income reveals just how far apart the outcomes can be. For a single retiree with a primary insurance amount of $2,000 per month, claiming at 62 produces a stream of $1,400 each month. Over 20 years, that adds up to about $417,000. Waiting until age 70, the same worker locks in a monthly benefit of $2,480. That higher check, multiplied across 2 decades, delivers nearly $604,000. The difference, over $187,000, doesn't just reflect bigger checks, but a permanent gap that grows with every cost of living adjustment. The numbers become even more dramatic for couples. Mark and Susan, both eligible for $2,000 per month, face a choice that will shape their entire retirement. If both claim at 62, their combined benefit is $2,800 a month, totaling roughly $417,000 over 20 years. If they both wait until 70, their monthly income jumps to $4,960, with a lifetime total exceeding $847,000. Even if only one spouse delays, the survivor benefit rises sharply, protecting the household for years to come. For many couples, the cumulative gap between early and delayed claiming can top $430,000. These figures aren't projections or best-case scenarios. They're the direct result of Social Security's own formulas, applied to ordinary lives. The decision about when to file sets a course that cannot be reversed, and the difference may mean the ability to cover medical bills, stay in a family home, or support a surviving spouse. The numbers make clear. Timing is not just about a monthly check, but the total financial picture that will define retirement. A closer look at why so many Americans file for Social Security at 62 reveals a mix of urgent needs and missing information. In a 2023 Gallup poll, 28% of adults nearing retirement pointed to immediate cash needs, covering debts, medical bills, or simply making ends meet, as the main reason for claiming early. For workers who've lost jobs or faced health setbacks, waiting even a year can seem impossible. The Health and Retirement Study found that nearly 1 in 4 early claimers were driven by fears of outliving their savings, especially among those who doubted they'd reach 80. But financial pressure isn't the only factor. Many retirees never see the full picture because the Social Security Administration stopped mailing annual benefit statements in 2011, a move that led to a sharp drop in public awareness about the size of early claim reductions. Without clear reminders, millions underestimate the permanent impact of filing too soon. The result is a system where the most consequential decision in retirement is often made under duress, with only partial information. For families, the effects ripple outward, shaping not just individual finances, but the stability of entire households for decades to come. For couples, the Social Security timing decision ripples far beyond a single monthly check. The rules for spousal and survivor benefits can magnify the long-term impact, turning a personal choice into a household risk. Mark and Susan's story shows how these formulas play out in real life. Both worked for decades and earned similar incomes, each eligible for a $2,000 monthly benefit at full retirement age. If Mark claims at 62, his check drops to $1,400, a 30% cut. Susan's spousal benefit, which is capped at 50% of Mark's amount, would be just $700. But if Mark waits until 70, his benefit rises to $2,480, and Susan's spousal benefit climbs to $1,240. That's a difference of $540 every month, or nearly $6,500 a year, just from the timing of one decision. The stakes grow even higher with survivor benefits. If Mark passes away first, Susan's income depends on the amount Mark locked in when he filed. Early claiming means Susan receives only $1,400 a month as a widow. But if Mark delayed, her survivor benefit jumps to $2,480, a $1,080 monthly gap. Over a dozen years of widowhood, that adds up to more than $150,000. For many families, these differences decide whether a surviving spouse can stay in the family home, afford medical care, or keep up with rising costs. The formulas are clear, but the consequences are often hidden until it's too late to change course. Each year, thousands of new retirees run into a rule that can quietly drain their Social Security checks. For anyone under full retirement age, Earning more than $22,320 in 2024 triggers an automatic reduction. $1 is withheld for every $2 earned above the limit. The effect is immediate. A part-time job pushing annual income just $8,000 over the cap can shrink monthly benefits by $320. Many discover this only after seeing a smaller deposit in their bank account, often months after returning to work. Javier, a retired warehouse manager, learned this the hard way. At 63, he picked up seasonal work, expecting to supplement his $1,400 benefit. Instead, his Social Security statement showed a $320 deduction every month. It felt like a penalty, but the reality is more complicated. Every dollar withheld before full retirement age is later added back in the form of a permanent monthly increase. For Javier, the withheld amount will translate to about $25 raise each month for the rest of his life after he reaches 67. The refund is real, but the delay can strain budgets when cash is tight. This is where most Americans trip up. According to a 2023 survey, 93% of certified financial planners say the timing of Social Security is the most important decision for retirement income. The checklist is simple but urgent. Know the annual earnings limit, calculate the impact before taking a job, and remember that the so-called penalty is really a delayed credit. Before filing, run the numbers for ages 62, 67, and 70. For those still deciding, the safest move is to treat Social Security as the bedrock of retirement, not as a quick fix for short-term needs. Right now, a single choice can shrink your monthly income by 30%, or boost it by 8% per year past full retirement age. No do-overs. For millions, that means a $200,000 lifetime gap. The stakes are permanent. In retirement, what you don't know can cost you everything.